Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Daily Red Devil for the big game. It's Manchester United versus Bayern Munich. Absolutely buzzing for this match. Please do make sure to smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. And let's give you the team news for this game. I just ran up the stairs, so I'm a little bit out of breath. I do apologise for that. I had that moment where I was literally about to go live and then I realised I didn't have my headphones, so I had to run down all the stairs. Yeah, I hope everyone's feeling good. I hope everyone's not feeling too anxious ahead of the game. Right, let's go through the team news then. So, in goal, we've got Andre Onana. We've got Reguilon at left back, Martinez and Lindelof as the two centre backs, Diogo Dalot at right back. We've got Christian Eriksen and Casemiro as the two holding midfielders, Rashford, Fernandes and Pellistri as the kind of front three, with Rasmus Hojlund as the number 9, the striker. I'm really happy with that. I am. I'm really, really happy that Pellistri's getting some game time. You know what? Because there's been so many people in this community, in other communities, other Manchester United fan bases, you know, all around the world saying Pellistri needs to start. And I agree. I think he does need an opportunity. Bruno Fernandes on the wing is completely wasted for me. I don't like Bruno Fernandes on the wing. I think it's a complete waste of his talents. I think Bruno is best in that centre attacking midfield role. Obviously, Pellistri, I think he could go on to be a very, very special player. Now, I don't want to over-egg the pudding. I don't want to hype him up too much. Obviously, I can't remember the last time that he started a game. If anybody knows in the comment section, let me know in the live chat. When was the last time that Pellistri started a match for Manchester United from the beginning? I genuinely cannot remember the last time. Joshua has just said apparently the full-time result over in Copenhagen is 2-2 with Galatasaray. So that's a good result for everybody, really. Obviously, if we get a draw or win today, that puts us in a really good position. I know it's only the first game of the group, but yeah, that's really positive for Manchester United that Copenhagen and Galatasaray drew, because they could have quite easily, you know, if Copenhagen had won that game, for example, that puts a lot of pressure on us, because those are the two teams that we're really competing against. I don't see Manchester United, you know, being up against Bayern to qualify. It's either I reckon Bayern are going to finish top pretty much, right? And then it's between us, Copenhagen and Galatasaray to finish second. So them drawing over in Copenhagen is a really, really positive performance, is a really positive result for us. And let's hope that we can now go to the Allianz Arena. Kickoff's in about 15 minutes time. Let's hope we can go there and get a result. I mean, if we won this game, it would be absolutely incredible. I went with a 2-2 draw. I think it's going to be a draw. I know some of you are thinking we're going to get absolutely battered, but when you actually look at Bayern Munich's team, all right, we're going to go through the Bayern Munich lineup now really, really quickly. The Bayern lineup is pretty poor. I'm probably going to be eating my own words in half an hour when we're 3-0 down, but compared to what they have been over the years, right? Let's go through the Bayern Munich team really, really quickly. So for Bayern Munich, in goal, they've got Ulrich. Never heard of him. Alphonso Davies at left back, Kim Min-jae, Upamecano and Konrad Laimer at right back. It's an okay defence. I wouldn't say it's world class. Obviously, Kim Min-jae is a good player. Upamecano was pretty poor in the Champions League last season. He still is a good player, of course. They've got a midfield two of Joshua Kimmich and Leon Goretzka, though. I mean, that is an incredible midfield two. Their attacking options, they've got Serge Gnabry, Musiala and Leroy Sané, and then Harry Kane up front. I mean, their attack is dangerous. I think their defence and their goalkeeper are a little bit suspect for me personally. I mean, on paper, they've still got a better team than us, haven't they, realistically? Leon Goretzka and Kimmich are better than Eriksen and Casemiro. I would say Rashford, Bruno and Pellistri aren't as good as Musiala, Leroy Sané and Gnabry. And obviously, Harry Kane is better than Hojlund. The only bit that I'm unsure about is their defence and their goalkeeper. I think we can get some opportunities against them. But let me know what your score predictions are in the live chat, everybody. Are you expecting Manchester United to go and get a result? Also, let me know what you'd be happy with, you know? Are you one of those people who's like, we have to win this game, we have to win every single game, I'm going to be disappointed if we lose? Are you one of those people? For me, I don't know. I don't know what to predict. I said 2-2 in my match preview. I'm going to stick with 2-2. I think that's a realistic scoreline. I think both teams are without a few players, you know? Both teams aren't at full strength. I think 2-2 would be a fair result for everybody. Let me know what you guys think, though. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Fred says we're primed and ready for a United win. Yes, I hope so. United Trends TV says Bayern Munich 2, Manchester United 2. Yeah, I think a draw is quite a realistic outlook. I reckon 2-2 sounds about right. Let's just hope that Rasmus Hojlund gets his first goal today. That would be amazing, wouldn't it, if we saw a Rasmus Hojlund goal against Bayern Munich. That'd be an incredible start for his career. Hellboy says I'm happy with a draw. Joshua says hopefully we get a draw. What else have we got? United Trends TV says we need a result. Emmy says, I know we will win the match. I mean, I hope so, mate. If we win the match, I'll be absolutely buzzing. I'll be going crazy if we win this game tonight. I know we're probably not going to win the Champions League, but still, I would much rather us win the game tonight and, you know, try and kick on for the rest of our season with a little bit of positivity. They're just showing some of Rasmus Hojlund's goals for Atalanta on the TV at the moment, which is quite cool. Mila says, I hope to see that players will give their heart and run like crazy if we go down then with a good game. Yeah, that's all I really ask for, you know. I want to see them give 110%. I want them to go out there and, you know, show us what it means to wear that Manchester United shirt. That's the bare minimum that you expect from Manchester United players. We haven't really had that much this season, which is obviously quite disappointing. You do expect that from United players. You know, every time they get on that pitch, you expect them to be giving their absolute best. The players are just going into the tunnel now ahead of the final team talk. Carl says a win would be good for the lads and the mental health, but I'm not sure we have the right mindset. The thing that you have to remember as well is, right, Bayern Munich haven't lost a game in the Champions League group stage since 2017. 6 years was the last time they lost a game in the Champions League group stage. I mean, that is an absolutely crazy stat, isn't it? Is this going to be the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer against PSG all over again, where Erik Ten Hag, out of nowhere, pulls off a result that no one was expecting? Maybe it happens. I mean, we're due a result like that, aren't we? We're due a shock result. And let's just hope that tonight is that night. We're about 12 or 13 minutes away from kickoff, so we will, of course, go through some questions and stuff. Anybody who hasn't liked the video yet, please do go and smash a like on the video. And anybody who's new to the channel, please also do subscribe. We're on the road to 20k subscribers, so let's see how quickly we can hit that goal. Bad Luck says we'll lose in a tight game 2-1 to Bayern Munich. I mean, that sounds realistic. It's not, you know, crazy. Yeah, I think a draw I would take. 2-1, I don't want to say I'd take a 2-1 loss before the game starts, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, you know. A. Fran says Rasmus Hojlund is going to get a hat-trick. I mean, if that happens, I'll be absolutely buzzing. If Rasmus Hojlund gets a hat-trick, right, I'll say this now. If Hojlund gets a hat-trick tonight, I will give somebody in this chat a prize. I don't know what the prize is going to be. Let me know what you guys want, and I will give somebody a prize if Rasmus Hojlund gets a hat-trick tonight. Joshua says Copenhagen drew with Galatasaray, who are in our group. Yes, that is a really, really positive result for us. As I said a couple of minutes ago, really happy with that. Alan says United will win tonight. Mate, I hope so. I really do. Mila says, I now understand what kind of club Erik Ten Hag got after the Ole interview. Big respect to Erik Ten Hag. Exactly. And I think that Erik Ten Hag, the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer interview today was absolutely eye-opening. It really, really was. Real Madrid have literally just scored. Jude Bellingham's just scored the winner against Union Berlin in literally the last second. Jude Bellingham's going to go on to be a Ballon d'Or winner, isn't he? Maybe not this year, but in the next couple of years. Like, he's gone to Real Madrid and been unbelievable. Absolutely crazy. So big ups to Jude Bellingham. Yeah, so Galatasaray finished 2-2. Real Madrid have just beaten Union Berlin 1-0. Obviously, our game starts at 8 o'clock. Arsenal are playing PSV. I'll keep you updated on all the scores on the other games as well if everybody's interested in that. Lumen says, Kieran, is Pellistri playing because of Erik Ten Hag's decision or fan pressure? I think it's Erik Ten Hag's decision. I think he saw that Bruno Fernandes didn't work against, against Brighton the other day. Bruno doesn't work on the wing. We didn't have a single chance coming from down the right wing, I don't think. Not one that I can remember. It was all, every time we got the ball, pass to Rashford. Rashford runs at the defence and he tries to score. That was pretty much all that happened in that game. So I'm sure Erik Ten Hag watched the game back and said, we need to add more attacking threat on that right side of midfield. And bringing in Pellistri, really, really positive. Stefan says, imagine if Bellingham wins the Champions League and the Euros. I mean, obviously, I don't know how many of you guys in the chat are English, but England should be the favourites to win the Euros, right? Like, we have an absolutely unbelievable team. If he wins the Champions League and the Euros, then I would expect him to get the Ballon d'Or next season, to be honest. Thomas says, it doesn't matter who starts. This is not a team, it's a joke. Okay, positive before the game starts. Thanks for that. Lumen says, Kieran, if Amrabat was fit, would he have played instead of Eriksen? I think he probably would have, yeah. Just to be very, very clear for those of you who are asking, Sofian Amrabat is back in training, as well as Varane, as well as Mason Mount, as well as Kobe Mainoo, but they all weren't 100% fit, ready for this game. We are hoping that all four of them will be back for the game against Burnley on Saturday, which will be really, really good because we need a big, big boost ahead of that game. We do. Mila says Bellingham is carrying Real Madrid this season if they have Joselu as the centre forward. Yeah, 100%. I mean, imagine Real Madrid having Jude Bellingham as their striker. Like, who would have thought it? He's a midfielder, but he's been unbelievable for them this season. Carl says, I'm Swedish and I agree that England should win the Euros. Yeah, I think so. How many goals has Jude Bellingham got so far this season? Let's have a look. I know this isn't a Jude Bellingham channel, but big ups to Jude Bellingham. And it's just another one of those ones, isn't it? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did an interview earlier on today with The Athletic, and he said that he wanted number one targets were Erling Haaland before he went to Salzburg, didn't get him. Jude Bellingham before he went to Dortmund, didn't get him. Declan Rice when he was still only worth about 50 million, didn't get him. The list just goes on and on and on at Manchester United, doesn't it? So far this season in La Liga, Jude Bellingham has got 5 goals and 1 assist in 5 matches. Incredible stats. Fair play to Jude Bellingham. Mila says Ronaldo started as a midfielder too. Yep. Joshua says, Kieran, did you hear all of the Osana fans chanting against Mason Greenwood? No, I didn't hear it, but I did see it on Twitter, but I didn't see the actual clip, no. Bad Luck says we should all back Erik ten Hag by all means. Yeah, 100%. 100%. What else we got? Stefan says England should definitely be winning the Euros. Seriously, Bellingham has 6 goals. Yeah. Like, England's team is unbelievable. Like, they 100% should be winning the Euros. Somebody says, okay, this is a super dose of optimism for everybody. United to win 7-0. I mean, if United win 7-0, I'll be the happiest man in the world. Maybe not happier than any of you, but somebody says, what's your score prediction? My score prediction is 2-2. I think it's going to be a draw. And you know what? I would 100% take a draw any day of the week. A draw would be a good result for Manchester United, especially as Copenhagen have just finished their game against Galatasaray, and that was a draw. So if we draw today, yeah, then we have to play, I think it's Galatasaray's our next game at home. You win that game, you win against Copenhagen at home, and then maybe you go and beat Copenhagen away. That should be enough to get you through to the next round. And I did ask this earlier on the show, actually, but I'll ask it again because you might have differing opinions. But if I asked you now, right, you either could qualify for the next round of the Champions League, okay, and get knocked out, or finish third and then go really far in the Europa League, what would you do? Let me know what your thoughts are. Lumen says, Kieran, are the Arsenal and England hated because of their fans? Are Arsenal and England hated because of their fans? I'm not sure, mate, to be honest. I think, to be honest with you, I think English people are hated by other countries in Europe. Obviously, I'm English, but yeah, I think generally it's because, they go away and it can be quite obnoxious and loud and obviously like drunk and all the rest of it. I think that's why it is anyway, but I'm not sure. If anybody in Europe who's watching today, let me know why the English are so hated across Europe from people outside of England. Let me know. Barry says dreaming isn't a crime. Yep, exactly. What's the point in supporting your team unless you go into a game thinking you've got a chance? We might get absolutely battered, but we might not. So let's see. Luke says they all act like rebels. Yeah. What else we got? Alan says 100% backing Erik ten Hag. Glory, glory. Yeah, 100%, mate. Erik ten Hag is the man for the job. No doubt in my mind. Meglaman says we're going to win 5-0. Guys, do you know what, right? I don't want, as soon as Bayern to score, everyone to be like, sack Erik ten Hag, because we have that a couple of times on these watch-alongs, and it's just like quite frustrating. Lumen says, Kieran, not an Arsenal channel, but is it fair for Arteta not to play Ramsdale in the Champions League? I don't know, mate, to be honest. I think as soon as David Raya came into Arsenal, it was pretty obvious that Ramsdale was going to get dropped. You don't bring in David Raya, who's, in my opinion, a better goalkeeper than Ramsdale, and then keep playing Ramsdale. It makes no sense to me. Stefan says, I don't want us to be in the Emmerdale Cup. I'd rather finish bottom of the group. Fair enough. Carl says, honestly, I was so happy to be in the Champions League, but today I feel the anxiety. You know what? I actually just feel excitement today. I don't really feel that anxious. I'm probably being naive. Like when we played Brighton, I felt anxious. Every Premier League game, I feel anxious. But for some reason, I'm just excited to be back in the Champions League. Yes, we might lose. Yes, we might get battered, but we might not. And it's nice to be back on the big stage again. In front of a proper audience, not playing Thursday night in Moldova or somewhere against 5,000 people. With only 5,000 people in the stadium, and half of the other team have like day jobs, and it's just like embarrassing, isn't it? Richie says Pellistri will shine. He will supply Hojlund. I mean, if we see that tonight, right, a Pellistri and Hojlund combination, that should be the beginning of the what happens for the rest of the season. I just pray that Pellistri has a good game. That's all that I want, because I know he's a good player. I know he deserves a chance. But that if he plays today and we get battered 6 or 7-0, he's not going to play again, probably, is he? Not for a long time. So I just hope that we have a good game today. I'm not saying that we need to win. I think as long as we draw and he has a good match, he'll probably then be in consideration for the Burnley match. And that's all I can really ask for. I seen on Twitter, right, just to add a bit of fuel to the fire before the game starts, apparently Sancho is playing FIFA like on YouTube, streaming at the moment. It's just mad, isn't it? It just shows the levels. He's out of the Manchester United team, and he's back in Manchester, and he's on YouTube streaming himself playing FIFA on the new EAFC or whatever it's called. Yeah. Stefan says, why Pellistri ahead of Garnacho? Well, Pellistri plays on the right, Garnacho plays on the left, so that's why. Garnacho plays in the same position as Marcus Rashford, remember. So if you want Garnacho to play, that means that you aren't going to see Rashford. Which I don't have a massive issue with. Right, the players are in the tunnel. We're about 4 minutes away from kickoff. Obviously, I will get the timer started as soon as the game starts. Manchester United are wearing that kind of greeny Newcastle-looking kit. Savanit says Rashford should pass. Yeah, 100%, mate. Carl says Sancho is a spoilt brat. I mean, it's a bit harsh, but you're probably fair. What have I done with my water? I've lost my water. I'll just have to have my fizzy water. The problem with fizzy water is it makes you quite burpy. So I'll try and contain myself, but I do apologise. Right, the teams are coming out. We've got about 3 minutes until kickoff. I'm just so happy to be back in the Champions League. So happy. Carl says I love the green kit. Yeah, I love the green kit as well. I like the green kit. I like the white kit. I like all of the kits, but it's just upsetting that I'm not going to buy one until the Glazers have gone. If the Glazers go, as I've said, I made this promise to you guys. I think when we had about 500 subscribers, I said the day that the Glazers leave, I'll be buying myself a Manchester United shirt, and I'll buy a shirt for anybody in the chat as well. So the day that happens, not for every single one of you, but for one of you, I'll buy you a shirt if the Glazers go. Mila says United bought Sancho to play right wing, but Ollie's interview, he said that Sancho doesn't want to play on the right wing. Yeah, I know. Mad. Apparently Sancho wants to play on the left wing. That's what Ollie said in an interview earlier. What a load of rubbish. But, guys, we've got the game. Massive, massive game. They're playing the Champions League music, sending shivers down my spine. What the hell is the Europa League song? If anybody knows what the Europa League song goes like, let me know. I mean, I don't think anybody does know. There's Harry Kane. Harry's going to have a point to prove tonight, isn't he? What could have been? Eric Ten Hag shaved his head especially. Guys, I've shaved my head especially for tonight. Eric Ten Hag, I feel you, brother. Bold is best. We've both shaved our heads especially for the occasion. What have we got? We've got about 2 minutes to kick off, guys. Go and get your waters, get your beers, get whatever it is that you drink. Chill out. Let's just hope for a good game. Hopefully this is the start of our season. Hopefully at the end of this match, we're all sat here saying, what a good game. All right, let's go through the Bayern Munich team really, really quickly. So in goal, they've got Ulrich, Alphonso Davies at left back, Kim Min-jae and Upamecano as the two centre-backs, Konrad Laimer at right back, Leon Goretzka and Joshua Kimmich as the two centre midfielders, Gnabry, Musiala and Leroy Sané, and then Harry Kane as the striker. Pretty good team, but it's not as, obviously, Müller, Coman, De Ligt. They've got plenty of good players on the bench, to be fair. What have we got? Stefan says, has Harry Kane shaved his head off? No. It's just me and Eric Ten Hag who've shaved our head off. Pound says, let's go, boys. We got this. We're 1 minute away from kickoff, all right, guys? As soon as the game starts, I will start the counter. So if you are if you are watching from home, which I assume you will be, please do make sure your counter's in time with mine just to avoid any spoilers. And I will start mine as soon as the game starts. So anybody who wants to watch in the same point as me, what have we got? What's going on? All right, so the Manchester United team, quickly, Onana, Reguilon, Martinez, Lindelof, Dalot, Eriksen and Casemiro. And then you've got Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Pellistri and Rasmus Hojlund up front. Massive, massive game. Massive game. The noise sounds absolutely mad in the Allianz Arena tonight. I think they've just changed ends. I think they wanted to change ends. There's Harry Kane. He looks up for it tonight. Caesar says, I wonder what's Eric Ten Hag's hesitation to start Garnacho instead of Pellistri, or as well as Pellistri. All right, they're just doing a bit of a minute silence, obviously, for the Munich air disaster. So I will... All right, they just had a minute. They just had a moment's silence for the victims of the earthquake in Morocco. So I just, I just had a minute of silence as well. I thought that's what you should do, really, isn't it? Don't want to be talking rubbish. Magic Hotel says, hang on, we've got two people in the middle of the midfield who can't run. How does this work? Well, we'll have to wait and see, mate. We'll have to wait and see. Let's try and stay positive. We're going to kick off any second now. Any second now. I will start the timer. Come on. All right, we've kicked off. Here we go. All right, let's see a big game here tonight, boys. Come on. Tense, innit? Good defending there by Regulon. He was decent, wasn't he, against Brighton, I thought. He was the only player on our team who actually seemed like he cared. So, yeah, hopefully he has a good game tonight. Rasmus Hojlund just gave away a free kick there to Upamecano. Having a bit of a wrestling match. Come on, Kim Min-jae. What could have happened? What could have been? I haven't really seen that much of Kim Min-jae, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing him. I saw him a couple of times for Napoli in the Champions League, but I don't watch a lot of Italian football, to be completely honest with you. So I'm quite excited to see how good Kim Min-jae actually is. Oh, Bruno's pressing. That's nice to see. Rashford, are you going to press tonight? Don't think so. I don't think Rashford does pressing, does he? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if pressing is in Rashford's game. Don't know what's going on here. They're playing quite narrow, aren't we? Conrad Lema. Good defending there. Get the ball away. Nice. Lindelof, what are we doing? Dallo, where are you going with this, Dallo? He's just spooned it. Stefan says, it's renounced Reguilon. Reguilon? Is that how you say it? Reguilon. 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 Let me know if that's right. Sorry if I just keep saying Reguilon. Oh, Leroy Sané. Corner to Bayern Munich. Yeah, he's a dangerous player. I don't know why Man City let him go, to be honest. It must have been one of those ones where the player wanted to leave and Pep just said, if you don't want to be here, then goodbye, because Leroy Sané is definitely a decent player, isn't he? Cool. Goal kick, Manchester United. Oh, yeah, Eric's definitely shaved his head for the occasion. Good on him. Good lad. He knows. Got all the boys on the bench as well. Where do we reckon Maguire is then? Do we reckon Maguire's actually injured or he just wasn't invited? I mean, he must be injured. We've got 3 goalkeepers on the bench. If he genuinely didn't even want to bring... Oh, Onana, beautiful long ball. Nice. Good play there. Oh, Rashford, here we go. Come on, Rashford. Good play. Looks all right so far. I know we're only 3 minutes in. I said this in the last game and then we lost. But we look all right so far. Oh, Eriksen. Oh! Oh! Nearly scored. How did we not score that? Corner, Manchester United. That should have been a goal. That was good defending by Alfonso. Oh, Eriksen should have scored. Easy opportunity. How did he not score that? Hannibal Mejbri just banged his head on the top of the bench when he... What's going on? Don't have a shot from here. Oh, rubbish. That should have been a goal, that. That should have been a goal. Should be 1-0 Manchester United. That was a goal scoring opportunity and Eriksen didn't score. Poor. Should be 1-0 Manchester United. I know we're only a few minutes into the game, but yeah, that's disappointing. It is what it is, isn't it? We're playing some good football so far though. We're putting a lot of pressure on them, but this happens every single match at the moment. The first 15-20 minutes, we look great, and then for some reason something changes, a switch flicks in our brains, and then we just turn into this scared team that just like... Pedistri just won another corner for Manchester United here. Got another corner here, boys. Come on. It's 2 corners already. I know you don't win games based on how many corners you get, but at least we're actually attacking them. It's not just, you know, defensive the whole time. Bruno. 4. Why are we so bad at taking corners? Does anybody else wonder that? Like, every time we get a corner, you just... Oh, Martinez just literally pushed him in the head. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, it should be 1-0 though for anybody who's just joining. Oh, Alphonso Davies is pretty good, isn't he? Eric Ten Hag was slagging him off before the match, saying he would... Oh... Oh, Leroy Sané's in here. Looked like he was offside, but... Oh, he's gone past one. He's gone... Oh, rubbish. Crap. And then after that, after all of that, he gives the offside. Absolute joke. Stefan says, can we keep it up though? Reminder, Bayern Munich never start well. I don't know, mate. We do this every single game. The first 10 or so minutes, I think we look great. We're going to win. And then somehow out of nowhere, we just completely capitulate. But hopefully this is the game where things changed. I said this before the match, you know. We should be 1-0 up. Let's remind ourselves of that. For the first 7 minutes of this game, we have been the better team. I know it's only 7 minutes, you know. I'm not saying we're going to win the Champions League because of 7 minutes, but come on. Hello, what are you doing? Oh, what was that? Nice. I feel pretty relaxed. I don't know why. I felt more nervous in the Brighton game. Go on, Regulon. Region. That's how you say it. Region. Another corner. Come on, boys. 3rd corner of the game. We never score from corners, so I don't know why I'm getting excited, but... Yeah, we're playing almost like wing backs, aren't we? They're proper going forward, those two. Dallo and Reguilon. I don't know why, I just can't say his name. You know who I mean anyway, so... Come on, boys, let's see what you can do. Let's get a nice early goal. Right, we've played it short here. Marcus Rashford, what are you going to do, mate? Edge of the box, you're not going to shoot. Get it in the box. A nice ball. Oh, punched it away. Yeah, I don't know who their goalkeeper is. Magic Hotel says, what's the snack of choice? I'm going to make a confession. It's actually my dinner. Yeah, I was trying to eat my dinner before the stream started, but time got the better of me. And so I still have my dinner sat here, but I am conscious that eating my dinner whilst being on live is not the most appealing thing. So I'm going to try and do it as discreetly as possible. Someone says the set piece coach should be sacked. We definitely scored less than 10 corners in the last 10 years. It's pathetic. Yeah, 100%. Especially as we brought in a specialist set piece coach, apparently. I mean, what was the point in that? What a waste of money. We look all right so far. I know it's only been 10 minutes, but... I'll be honest with you, I would take 0-0 at this point. I know that sounds a bit boring, but I'm happy with the draw. A win, I'll be ecstatic, but a draw I'll be very happy with. Eric's on the sideline giving the orders. That's what we like to see. Not sure what he's saying, obviously, but not really for us to know, is it? Yeah, I don't know who this Bayern goalkeeper is. I've never heard of him. I know they had obviously Neuer, but he broke his leg, didn't he, in a skiing accident. Pellistri's just won the ball back here. Lovely. Oh, terrible. Come on, come on. Here we go, Bruno. Pellistri. Sarah says, I'd be happy with 0-0 too. Yeah. Stefan says, are you Bristolian by any chance? Yes, I am. What's going on here? Region. That's how you say it. Region. What was I calling him? Regulion. Region. I do apologise. Region. I don't know why I can't say his name. Like, I really struggle to say it. Region. 12 minutes into the game, 0-0. Can't complain so far. We should be 1-0 up. Bayern haven't created a chance yet. Bayern look pretty... I mean, they don't even really seem to be pressing us. I don't know why. I'm sure they have a game plan. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel isn't on the sidelines, remember. He got a red card in his last game managing in the Champions League, so he is not available on the sidelines. It's their assistant manager. I don't know whether that makes a difference. It probably does in some ways. Come on, what are you doing? Oh, this ref. I mean, it was a foul, to be fair, but... Come on. Stefan says, did you hear Bellingham speaking Spanish? He's already very good. No, I didn't. Pellistri's having a good game so far, isn't he? Oh, but Bayern keep playing the ball out of play. It's happened 2 or 3 times now. They're overplaying passes quite regularly. It's not been particularly good, is it? Yes, they've got the assistant manager. Zolt Lowe is the assistant. He's on the touchline. Do we think that not having their manager on the side is an advantage for us? I guess it is. I don't know. I assume they'll have a headpiece or something and he'll be telling him what to do from, wherever he sat, but still. I don't know whether they're allowed to be in the dressing room before the game. I'm not sure what the rules are when a manager gets a red. I assume they are. They're just not allowed to be on. Oh, nice play there. Region, come on. Upamecano's just taken him out. That's a free kick. How are you trying to claim that's not a foul? You just took him out. How in any world does he not think that's a free kick? What an idiot. He literally just barges him off the ball. Yeah, Region's been really good so far. Big ups to him. Got a free kick here. Good position. Can we do something with it? Casemiro's got a good head on him. Hojlund's obviously got a good head on him. There's plenty of people who can head at this ball. He's gone for a shot, has he? We've got a throw in here. Oh, that's dodgy. Back to the goalkeeper. Nice. Onana's out on the halfway line. What's he going to do? Oh, he's kicked it. Where's it going? Oh, lovely ball. Lovely ball from Onana. Corner. What? I'm sure that was a corner, but okay. Oh, we're pressing them quite nicely today, which I like. I don't think Rasmus Hojlund will be able to. Good defending there by Rashford. Good defending. That's what I like. I'm a fair person. I'm not anybody with agendas against players. If players work well, they can earn my trust back. Rashford there, he ran back, he won the ball. Top lad. Well done to him. I know that sounds like a small thing, but in that last game against Brighton, he was just walking around doing nothing. He literally just sprint back, won the ball back, and now we've got the ball. I mean, Onana's now got it. Happy days. And you could see Regulon was there literally like proper telling him well done, Onana, what are you doing with this? Nice. Here we go. Lovely. Lovely. What are you doing, Dallo? What are you doing? You got about 3 people on you. Oh, nice. Good play. Nice play. Really nice play. Rashford. What can we do here, Rashford? Come on, have him. Lovely. Go on. Oh, lovely. Oh, nice play. Well done, Rashford there. Good play. Rashford looks good today. There's a lovely little, I don't know what that trick's called, where you run and then you kind of clip it back to yourself. Can't remember what it's called. If anybody knows, let me know in the live chat. What was that trick that Rashford just did then? What's it called? We've been the better team so far. I know it's only 20 minutes into the game, but Bayern have literally done nothing other than kick the ball out of play. Oh, Hojlund. Come on. Have him, Hojlund. Have him. Oh. It's offside. Yeah, I'm happy. Carl says, I like what I see. I like what I see as well. Ah, poor ball. Good defending as well so far. Dallow's been really good. Drag back, everyone's saying it's called. Yeah. Oh, Hojlund. Yeah, I'm happy with what I've seen so far. I am. Can't complain. I've got nothing negative to say whatsoever, other than that Eriksen should have scored. Other than that, I think we played decent. So big ups to Manchester United. Anybody just join in? 0-0 Manchester United. 0-0 Manchester United. 0-0 in the game. Eriksen should have scored. Manchester United are the better side so far. Bayern haven't had a single shot on target, I don't think. We've had about 4 corners. Winning the ball back when we lose it. Pressing hard. Making Bayern make silly mistakes. Every time we lose the ball, we get it back. Come on. Oh, Eriksen. Poor from Eriksen there. He's going to take him out now, isn't he? Come on, keeper. That's yours. Onana, what are you doing? Why is Onana not coming out there? It's a corner to Bayern Munich. Ooh. Another corner for Bayern Munich. A corner here from Kimmich. Ooh. Good goal. Good save there. Good take, whatever you want to call it. What are you doing, Onana? Taking his time. Fair play. Better to take your time and make a better pass in it than rush it. What are you doing, Onana? That's what you're doing. Lovely ball. Nice. Come on, boys. Here we go. Go on, Dallo. Oh, awful pass. Awful. This usually this mark, isn't it? 20 minutes into the game where we start looking shaky. It happens every game. Let's hope that. Oh, here we go. Good defending by Martinez. Bayern were nearly in then. Really good defending by Martinez. Someone's saying we should have started Amrabat. Amrabat's not available. He's injured. Well, he's not injured. He's not match fit. Rashford's just given away a free kick here against Goretzka. I don't think he even touches him. Good defending by Martinez a couple of minutes ago, though. Bayern are having a bit of possession now. They're having their chance to kick the ball around a bit. I don't know what it is, though. This always seems to happen, doesn't it, for Manchester United? He got the ball there. He got the ball. I don't know why they're making a meal of it. Get up. Got the ball. Yeah, he got the ball. Get up. Stop messing about. It's definitely... See what people are saying in the chat. Delboy says, Onana's going to cost us a lot of games this season. Not sure about that, mate. Well, let me know what you mean specifically. Are you talking about his distribution? Are you talking about his, ability to save shots? Why would he, why? Forever Red says, Dallo needs to stop these blinding classes. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. I've been happy with what I've seen so far, though. I can't complain. Overall, no complaints whatsoever. Let me know how you're finding the game so far, everybody. Are you happy with what you've seen? 25 minutes played. I'd say Manchester United have been the better team. We should be 1-0 up. Bayern haven't really had a chance yet, have they? Are we going to be one of those teams that just does well in the Champions League and does terribly in the Premier League? It is a possibility, isn't it? Obviously, the Champions League, like the teams you play, is a completely different style a lot of the time than... Oh, Rashford. Oh, what are you doing, Rashy? Nice. Good play, Rashford. Nice play. Oh, he's lost it. Oh, here we go. Bayern on the counter-attack here. Beautiful tackle. Reguilon, beautiful tackle on Leroy Sané. He's been incredible so far, Reguilon. Really good. Fair play to him. A lot of you were slagging him off, me included, when we signed him, saying, why the hell have we bought a Tottenham reject on loan? But he's been decent. Really good. So fair play to him. What else have we got? Right, they're on the attack here. Conrad Lehmer. Oh, good defending again. Good defending. Casemiro headers it away. Gnabry runs into the box. Nearly scores. Conrad Lehmer crosses it in. Very nearly scores there. Good defending by Casemiro, though. Bayern look a little bit more on top now, the last kind of 5 or so minutes. First 20 minutes of the game, I'd say that Manchester United were pretty much dominating it by way of chances. Bayern are getting a little bit more into the game now, which is to be expected. They are at home. Nothing really to be worried about just yet, I don't think, personally. Oh, Hojlund just slipped. But yeah, the 20 minutes are over. Our annual 20 minutes of positive performance has now passed. So this is usually where we start to dip. Let's see if we can break that mold and have a positive second half of the first half. Jeez. Alphonso Davies just went past about 3 players. Oh, is he going to have a shot? No. Offside. Oh, Onana's just fumbled it. Terrible goalkeeping. Terrible goalkeeping by Onana. Awful. Awful. Terrible. Awful goalkeeping by Onana there. Absolutely terrible. Awful. How does he not save that? I mean, that was absolutely terrible. Terrible. I genuinely reckon I could have saved that. I'm not even joking. It was right at him. He fell to the floor and then fumbles it into the bottom corner. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. Somebody says David De Gea saves that all night long. Yeah, 100%. Awful. Bill says, what a stinker by Onana. Terrible goalkeeping by Onana. Oh, that was genuinely awful. Absolutely rubbish. I reckon Tom Heaton would have saved that. The other guy on the bench would have saved that. Bayern or whatever he's called. I genuinely think I would have saved that. I'm not even joking. If we get any more injuries in defence, you may as well stick Onana in centre-back and put one of the other goalkeepers. We've got 3 goalkeepers on the bench and 1 defender. Oh, dear, dear, dear. I thought our luck was going to change. I mean, that's just unlucky, isn't it? I would say 99% of goalkeepers save that. I wouldn't say we deserve to be losing either. That's just a poor individual mistake from one player. Terrible. And now the heads could start dipping. This is what usually happens, isn't it? We let in a goal and then the heads start to dip. Still plenty of time left. Mark says, Onana is garbage. I said it from the first day. Why is he wearing our shirt? I don't know. Everybody said, Richie says Onana is a liability. Stefan says Maguire would have saved that. He probably would have, to be fair. I mean, in the game against Brighton, he made a couple of the goals he should have saved in that game as well, shouldn't he? The João Paulinho one, is it João Paulinho? No, not João Paulinho. João Pedro, sorry. He should have saved that one 100% and he didn't. And now Bayern look comfortable. They're playing the ball round. We look like our heads have dropped. It's just the same thing over and over again, isn't it? Everyone's heads have dropped. Everyone looks miserable. Takes about 10 minutes usually for Manchester United, or one moment in a game. Still plenty of time left of the match. I don't think Bayern deserved to be winning. Obviously, it was one individual error. That's 100% on Onana. It's no one else's fault. He'll know that, though, you know. We don't need to keep saying it. He'll know that he's at fault for that. Like, there's nobody else that can be blamed for that goal. He should have saved it. He didn't. And they're 1-0 up. Let's just hope that we can come back now. The problem is now, though, the crowd are picking up. Oh, Rashford. This is the problem, innit? As soon as they get a goal, the crowd get all excited, don't they? Oh, yeah. Somebody saying update the scoreline. Good point. I forgot about that. I usually do it as soon as they score, but I think I'm so... There we go. 1-0 to Bayern Munich. Oh, shit. What have I just done? Sorry. Oh, God. 2-0. 2-0 Bayern Munich. There we go. For God's sake. I was literally... Somebody said in the chat, update your scoreline, right? I go to update my scoreline and then I missed the goal. All I saw was the ball in the back of the net. Oh, there we go. Fun times begin. It was good play, though, by... Dalot should have stopped that. Musiala. Miles, hope you're good, mate. He says United are finished. Gnabry's doing a little cooking up something. Swansea Mank says De Gea didn't need to be sold either, but the haters kept going on and on and on about it. I agree, mate. I do. I said that at the time. I said that I thought that David De Gea was one of our... I said he was a legend, and people were laughing at me when I said that. I thought he was. Yeah, and it's the same as every game, isn't it? The first 20 minutes, we looked decent. We looked like we could go up against any team in world football, genuinely. And I'm not being dramatic there. We were better than Bayern Munich. We should have scored. The heads drop. We let in 1 goal, and then next thing you know, it's 2-0 down. I did say 2-2 though, so, you never know. Go on. Score, you twat. Nearly. Sarah says, how are we going to get back from this? There's still plenty of time left of the game. And as I said, for the first 20 or so minutes of the match, we were definitely the better side. Everyone seems pretty upset in the chat, as you can imagine. I agree. Fight fan says we're not scoring. Bill says it's unlucky. The first goal was unlucky. The second goal was poor defending by Dalot. Pound says Onana isn't a goalkeeper. We should have scored then, really. That was a good opportunity to score. Bayern have had 1 opportunity and a 2-0 up. Their first goal wasn't an opportunity, really, was it? They had a shot from outside the box and it went in. Fight fan says, our fan base is delusional to think we would get anything against Bayern Munich. Richie says, I don't want any more Eric Ten Hag signings. Anthony is dire and Onana is a clown. You know what, mate? I agree with you, but I'm not blaming this on Eric Ten Hag. We should have a director of football. We should have proper scouts. It shouldn't be Eric Ten Hag picking the players. Does De Zerbi pick the players for Brighton? No. Does Pep pick the players for Man City? No, he doesn't. There's a director of football. We don't have one. Our director of football is John Murtagh and Richard Arnold, and they're both a bunch of muppets. So yeah, what do we really expect? We need a proper director of football. We should have just kept Ralph Rangnick, really, shouldn't we? That would have been so much better when you saw the players that he wanted. Oh. Still enough time to get a goal, though. Let's try and stay positive. Jesus. Fucking... Bruno's literally just hit it from outside the box, and I think he genuinely hit the top of the stadium. Awful. Malp says the more defeats the better. At least we'll get the Glazers gone. Yeah, imagine if they don't go there. Imagine if we're terrible, right? We get knocked out of the Champions League. We're awful in the Prem, and then the Glazers stay. I mean, that would just be devastating, wouldn't it? But I do agree with you generally. You would imagine that, the Glazers are sat there thinking, we're going to have to... The amount of money to get Manchester United back to where they want to be is astronomical, isn't it? Oh, Hojlund header nearly scored. Well, I say nearly scored. He hit the corner flag. Jay Shockley says, Bruno's shot is Onana's fault. Malp says... Short-term pain for long-term gain. Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. Stefan says, even the Norwegian Wally, I assume you're talking about Ollie, says the Glazers didn't back him. Everything Carpy says, at least Mason Mount isn't going to get blamed. He probably still will in one way or another, because people will say, we shouldn't have signed Mason Mount, we should have signed a defender, we should have signed a midfielder. So... I'm sure Mason Mount will still be blamed. Don't you worry. I can only see there being more goals for Bayern now, to be honest with you. I don't want to be negative, but... Jay Shockley says, Hojlund can't hit the target again. We've got to pray that Hojlund comes good, don't we? Because otherwise... Our summer transfer window was Mason Mount, who most of you didn't even want anyway. Onana, who, let's be honest, has been absolutely terrible for the first 6 games. And Rasmus Hojlund, who scored 10 goals last season. Like, yeah, I want all of them to do well, obviously, and I think they will, but it doesn't look particularly good so far, does it? Their goalkeeper's absolutely terrible at kicking. Awful. Pound says, this team gives me nothing but pain this season. Again, though, I think we are a little bit unlucky in this game, right? We've had good opportunities, we just don't seem to be able to score. Although our excuse has been we haven't had Hojlund, we now have Hojlund, so we can't be using that as an excuse anymore. We have the striker that we spent, what was it, 70 million on up front. We've got our striker now. Still plenty of time left, though. We've still got, 50 minutes of game time left. Get one more goal. If we get a goal before half-time, I think anything can happen in the second half. If they get another goal, obviously it's game over, really, isn't it? What are you doing, Rashford? What are you doing? No, he's passing it backwards. Of course he is. Oh, what's going on here? Onana, what are you doing? Good play by Hojlund. Rashford can't keep it in. Ten Hag's got his hands in his heads already. Mark says, I actually welcome the Glazers staying if they promise to get a shot of that useless keeper. He's garbage. Well, at least we've got this Altay Bayindir guy on the bench. So there is another goalkeeper. You know what, right? I said this throughout the summer and people again were laughing at me. We should have kept David De Gea and had Onana. We should have had both of them for one season. Like, why have we why have we brought in this Altay Bayindir guy when we had David De Gea already? Sell Dean Henderson, sell Matic Kovar. What was that, 20, 30 million? Keep David De Gea. We could have spent that. Think of it like that, right? If we hadn't have got Onana, £50 million we spent on Onana. We got 20 million for Dean Henderson. That's 70. And I think we got 7 million for Matic Kovar. That would have been £77 million that we'd have had available to spend if we'd have kept David De Gea. Oh, Bayern are up for it again. Oh. We're all over the place at the moment. Malp says, I miss David De Gea. So do I, mate. I do. I thought David De Gea was... Well, he won the Golden Glove, so whatever you think about David De Gea, he let in the least amount of goals in the Premier League last season. That's all you have to say. Less than Alisson, less than Ederson, less than all these other goalkeepers. Onana's just given the ball away there, which apparently we're being told he's elite at distribution. Rashford. Pound says, was Onana like this at Inter? I'm not really sure, to be honest, mate. I don't know. I watched him a couple of times in the Champions League and he looked good. Yeah, I don't know. Mark says, David De Gea is still available on a free. Imagine that, bringing David De Gea back. That'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it? Oh, I don't know what it is in that food that I just ate. I think there's some wasabi or something in there. It's kind of spicy. It's making my mouth. Oh, yeah, I think it's wasabi. Come on. Let's get a goal before half-time. Bring the mood up a little bit. Terrible. Absolutely woeful. When I say a goal, I mean for Manchester United, not for Bayern. They're on the break. Here we go. Oh, Musiala. Sane. I was excited about this match as well. I don't know why, but I thought we had a bit of a chance. Come on, boys. We still do have a chance. There's still 45 minutes of gameplay left. Good play there by Rasmus Hojlund. Good hold-up play. Rashford, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's passing it backwards. Rashford, his intelligence, game-wise, right, is either run at the defence and shoot, or he doesn't know what to do with it and he passes it backwards. Those seem to be the only two things that Marcus Rashford can do. Sometimes he runs at the defence and he shoots and he scores and it's great. But every other time, he stops, he thinks about it, and then he passes it backwards. Watch him. He's done it like 2 or 3 times this game. Somebody with more intelligence would see a pass and play it quickly and create an attack, but he stops, all the Bayern players get back, and then he passes the ball backwards. Okay, Rashford, what are we doing? What are you doing? Okay, good play there. See, here we go. Go on. Go. Somebody says, who signed Onana? Was it the Glazers or Eric Ten Hag? I don't know, mate. Stefan says, Onana was superb at Inter and remember David De Gea's first season. Yeah, true. Nearly 3-0 there, Bayern. Very close. I mean, Bayern are probably favourites, are they, for the Champions League? Bayern and Manchester City. Let's have a look who the favourites are. 1 minute of added time. So the favourites are... Who's the favourites of the whole competition? Oh, it's going to be Man City, isn't it? Oh, terrible. This is what I said at the beginning of the game, though. I feel a little bit bad for Pellistri because, like, if we lose this game, which it looks like we are going to, then he's probably not going to get picked, is he, against Burnley on Saturday? Ericsson, what are you doing? Come on, Rashford. We've got about 10 seconds left of the half. Bruno, you've got like 10 seconds left, boys. Playing the ball around their box isn't going to get us a goal. Oh, for God's sake! It's going to blow. He's going to blow for half time, isn't he? You literally, the ball's on the edge of their box, right? Instead of trying to shoot, instead of trying to create a chance, they pass the ball backwards. Jay Shockley says, has Pellistri done anything? No, not really, to be honest. I'm going to be fair. Pellistri hasn't done anything. Reguilon's good. I thought he was all right. I think Rashford's not done anything. Hojlund's not done anything. Bruno's not done anything. Casemiro's not done anything. Lindelof and Martinez haven't really done anything. Dallow's been okay. Reguilon, I would say, has probably been our best player, to be honest. He's been the only one, again, who looks like he's given 110%. The rest of them look... I don't know. They look like the occasions maybe got to them a little bit. Somebody says bring on Garnacho. Yeah, I would make some changes. The thing is, though, right, he never seems to want to bring off Marcus Rashford, so it looks like Rashford will stay on the pitch no matter what happens. We could be losing 10-0 and Rashford will still stay on the pitch. Is there some sort of clause in his contract that says that he can't, he has to play every minute of the game? I don't know. Maybe there is. I don't know how it works like that in football. Obviously, I'm not saying that I know this for sure, but yeah, it's a possibility, isn't it? Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Lumen says, is there anything Eric Ten Hag can do at half-time? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what he can do. I thought, as I said, guys, for the first 20 minutes of the game, we looked really, really decent. We did. But other than that, we've been just the usual. Nothing. Mina says Spurs bench warmers are our best players. I mean, well, they are, aren't they? Reguilon's been our best player. He has. Rashford's done nothing. Hojlund's not had a single chance. I don't think he had one header. Pellistri's barely had a chance to perform. I don't know what else to say. Matt Tiborg says this happens when we give out 300k salaries to players with a very bad attitude. Rashford is just terrible and his attitude is awful. I agree with you, mate. I do. I completely agree, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know what to say, to be honest, because at the end of the day, right, we've just given Rashford a new 5-year contract. He's on 300 grand a week. He's probably got some clause in his contract that says he has to start every single match. I don't know what to say. I don't, because you're not going to see Rashford being dropped. You're not. Impossible. I would be absolutely shocked if Rashford got dropped. It's not going to happen. Oh, God. Carl says, are you amazed how bad Onana is? I am actually, yeah. I am surprised. I thought Onana was going to come in and revolutionise this team, and he's done the complete opposite. He's been absolutely terrible. Emmy says, Bayinda over Rashford. Yeah. Carl says, Reguilon was good against Brighton as well. Yeah, he was. Reguilon was our best player against Brighton. He's been our best player against Bayern Munich tonight. So fair play to him. He's come on loan to Manchester United. He's giving 110, 120%. The rest of them don't seem like they're that interested, as always. The midfield looks weak. Eriksen and Casemiro, not a great midfield, to be honest, I don't think. I think Casemiro, again's looked pretty shoddy. Eriksen, I don't think he's got the legs anymore to be playing in a game of this magnitude when you're going up against Kimmich and Goretzka. I mean, think of that. Eriksen versus Kimmich and Goretzka. He doesn't have the physicality for it, does he? Both of those players, especially Goretzka, are absolute beasts. And Eriksen is just like a little scrawny, small, slightly old man. Jay Shockley says, how many crosses did we have? We have a giant striker and almost zero aerial chances. I think we had one cross all game. So, yes. See what else people are saying. Pound says, the team is depressing me, guys. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It is depressing. I genuinely thought we might go out and get a bit of a result tonight. There's still 45 minutes left of the game, though. You never know in football. If we get a goal early on in that second half, things can change quite quickly. I'll be honest with you, I'm more starting to think about the game against Burnley now, because somebody in the chat's already saying Erik Ten Hag out. It's already begun again. I'm sure there's a couple of you who are saying that. I mean, it's just a bit mad for me, isn't it? I don't... Somebody says they haven't shown any passion as well. Yeah. You're not going to get Erik Ten Hag out from me. That's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I said this to you, right? If the Glazers go, we get a director of football, we get a new CEO, we get new scouts. We're told that there's going to be this new identity and all the rest of it, and then in a year or two, we're still playing rubbish football. I'll see Erik Ten Hag out. I've got no issue with it at that point. But until that happens, I think it's pointless. I think it's absolutely pointless to sack the manager. It's not going to get us anywhere. So for me, we're stuck with it. Until the rest has changed behind him, nothing's really going to change on the pitch for me personally. We might get top four every now and again. We might win a League Cup every 5 years like we did last year. Other than that, this is just the reality now. Until we get new owners, new CEO, director of football, and all the rest of it. And people think that maybe this is just because we're losing. I would have said this if we were winning as well. It doesn't really make any difference, does it, in the grand scheme of things? Somebody says we can't press with Rashford in the team. Yeah, Rashford doesn't seem to understand what pressing is, or he's just not willing to do it. Probably not willing to do it. I don't know why. Like, all the other players seem to be willing to do it, but for some reason, as I've said to you guys before, I think Rashford thinks he's Kylian Mbappe. He's not. He's nowhere near the level of Kylian Mbappe. If Kylian Mbappe doesn't want to press, I still think he should be, but I think it's, a bit more excusable. Pound says, have we got Onana for the whole season? Well, we've got also Bayinda on the bench. Maybe he gets a chance. Carl says, yes, we need to change from the top to recruitment, and we need to play the young players that have the hunger. I would, you know what? I would give Hannibal Mejbri a chance, not from the very beginning, but in the second half. I'd bring Garnacho on. I'd bring on Hannibal for Eriksen. Who else have we got on the bench? That's probably about it, really, isn't it? So, yeah, maybe Anthony Martial as well. The thing you have to remember is, though, right, whatever you guys say, Marcus Rashford's not coming off. He will play. Like, whatever you guys want, Marcus Rashford will be playing in that second half, and he will start. And he'll probably play the whole match. And he'll probably not run, and he probably won't do anything, but he's still going to play. So, whatever we say. Carl says, yes, we need to change from the top to recruitment, and we will need to play the young guns that have the hunger. 100%, mate. 100%. Sacking the manager is just, like, we've tried that. How many managers have we had in the last 6 years? 10 years, sorry. 6, is it? Van Gaal, Ragnick, Mourinho, Ollie, David Moyes, and now Erik Ten Hag. He's the 6th manager in the last 10 years. That's embarrassing. That's like a manager every 1.5 years. Like, not good at all, is it? Not blinking says bring on Hannibal, Garnacho, and Altay Bayinda. I don't think they're going to change the goalkeeper. Like, I get it, but I think changing the goalkeeper is like the biggest insult to Onana ever, isn't it? Comeback Sing says Pellistri off. Are you saying Pellistri's coming off, or you want him to come off? I don't think he's coming off, mate, but I will wait and see what happens with that. I better stop my clock. The clock's still going. Let's stop that. Let's reset the clock. Okay. Yeah, there's no one to bring Pellistri off for, you know? Like, I don't know why you want Pellistri to come off. This is like, he doesn't get to play, right? There's nobody else for him to play. Sorry, there's no one else to take his position. We haven't got Sancho. We haven't got Anthony. Garnacho, I don't think plays on the right. Maybe he can do it, but I've not seen him play on the right before. Bruno's terrible on the right. So yeah, we have what we have. Comeback says, I want him off. He's crap. Oh, come on. They've all been crap. The only person who's been all right is the Spurs reject. The rest of them have been awful. So, I don't know. Oh, the fun times begin. And Arsenal are winning as well, which is obviously good. That's good for... No, I'm joking, obviously. The Arsenal fans would all be saying they're going to win the Champions League now, of course. I mean, they should be winning the Champions League, really, shouldn't they? They've had the manager for 4 years. They've won 1 trophy. What's the score? 3-0 to Arsenal. Saka, Gabriel Jesus, and Leonardo Trossard. They've been good. They've been decent, haven't they? Somebody says Eric Ten Hag should not be blamed. Any staff for the transfers made. No more excuses. I'm not sure what you mean. Are you saying that he should be blamed or he shouldn't? Don't really get what you're saying there, mate. Malp says we don't deserve to be in this competition. I agree. Well, I mean, we do deserve to be in it because we finished 3rd, but I think the way we're playing at the moment, like, yes, we're Manchester United, but we're not playing like Manchester United should be, are we? We're playing like FC Copenhagen. Like, that's our level, isn't it? And they'll probably beat us, won't they, at this rate? Meglaman says it looks like we'll be playing in the Europa League again. I mean, it's only 1 game. There's 5 games left. If we win all of our home games, then we have a chance of qualifying. Yeah, I don't know. Ishmael says we've only kept 1 clean sheet. Yes. Yeah, everyone's upset. I get it. I'm upset as well. Are we surprised? I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I'm just a little bit disappointed that that this is just the reality now. Like, you play well for 20 minutes and then you're just terrible. Malp says we're not winning the Champions League, are we? No, obviously not. Where are we? Okay, we should be getting close to the second half now. Hopefully we do something. Will we? I don't know. Who knows? Jay Shockley says, how many games has the regular starting 11 made together this season? Probably not 1, mate. I think every single game we have a different player playing in a different position, to be completely honest with you. So, is my clock still on? No. Don't know what's going on there. Yeah, is that an excuse though? Like, I guess it is an excuse. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Oh. Right, what are people saying in the chat? Doodley says, what do you think of the fight between Eric Ten Hag and Onana? I know nothing about this fight. Where has this fight taken place? I've not seen a fight. If there's been a fight, then I've missed it. What else are people saying? Faris says, mate, we have a whole lineup injured. Yeah, 100%. Nabil says we need Amrabat. Agreed. Yeah, I can't believe how excited everyone was getting about about Onana. me included. Like, I was absolutely buzzing for Onana. And now we all just look a bit stupid, don't we? The fact that he's come in and been absolutely awful. We're all sat there singing a stupid song about him. I mean, he can only get better than this. Can he get any worse than this? Luke says, as if you can't see what's going on, Erik Ten Hag's lost the dressing room. They did this with Ollie and the managers before. They play crap. You can replace a manager. Transfer window isn't open to replace the players. Wow. I mean, if these players get Erik Ten Hag sacked, I honestly don't know where I'll be able to go with this team anymore. Like, it's just frustrating, isn't it? Like, if these players literally are that so far up their own asses that they think they're better than Manchester United, they think they don't have to try, and they think that as soon as there's a bit of criticism that they can play rubbish and that they get the manager sacked. I mean, that's just a disgrace, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's just a disgrace. Because I don't... Look, think about it like this, right? Where do we go if Erik Ten Hag gets sacked? Nagelsmann's just going to become the manager of Germany. De Zerbi, I have no confidence that he'll come here and do any better than Erik Ten Hag. And who else is there? There isn't anybody. Zidane, he's never going to come to Manchester United. Have you seen how rubbish we are? Why would Zinedine Zidane come to Manchester United? And even if he did, I mean, they're just showing back the Onana goal. Absolutely terrible. Awful. How has he managed that? Musiala goes past Dalot. Dalot, again, doesn't defend properly. The second goal was pretty poor as well, to be honest. I feel for Erik Ten Hag, I do. You know, he's got... We should have scored that goal at the beginning, really. I don't know how we didn't score, or Eriksen didn't score. It was a decent opportunity. Somebody says we can get Sam Allardyce as the manager. Oh my God, imagine. Imagine Sam Allardyce as the Manchester United manager. That would be a sight to see, wouldn't it? It might even happen at this rate. No, I'm joking. It's not going to happen. Before we know it, we'll have bloody Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as our manager again, won't we? Nabil says Erik Ten Hag shouldn't get sacked. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. 100%. Mark says, my mum is better than Erik Ten Hag and she still has her own hair. Let's be honest. She couldn't be any worse. Ismail says, why wouldn't Zidane want us? Somebody said, I hope you're joking. Somebody says Gareth Southgate could be our next manager. I mean, if Gareth Southgate's the next Manchester United manager, I don't know what I'll do. I'd probably cry. Now my internet's gone down, which means my stream. Oh, it's all fun and games, isn't it, being a United fan? All fun and games. Let me know what your score predictions are for the second half, everybody. We should be any minute away from kickoff. The second half has kicked off. I literally, my brain switched off for about 20 seconds, so I do apologise. The timer has started. The second half has kicked off. Right, let's get back into it. Let's hope we get an early goal. Let's see where we go from here. Honestly, it was that mistake from Onana that started this whole downfall. Yeah, I mean, like our subs bench as well doesn't look particularly great, does it? You've got like Garnacho, who I like. You've got Martial. Meh. You've got... Who else we got? To think that Thomas Tuchel's not even on the sidelines either. Oh. I mean, yeah. They're just saying on the commentary that apparently Thomas Tuchel was allowed to be in the dressing room up to 15 minutes before the game started, but he wasn't allowed to go in at halftime. Oh, Bruno. Good play there. All we need is one goal and the game changes, you know? Do we get that? Either they score and it's game over, or we get one. Come on, Rashford, do something. Reguilon, come on. Go on, Rashford. Yes! Come on, 2-1. Have some of that. Hojlund, whatever the fuck he's called. Come on. Come on. Let's have it. This is it. Two 2-1. Have some of that. Rashford learnt to pass. Fair play to Rashford. He's got his assist. Like, it's not all about goals, is it? When you're an attacker, it's about the assist. It's about, you know, your overall play. Do you know what? It feels nice to change the score to 2-1 before someone tells me the score is now 2-1. I've changed it. Yeah, it's a goal. It's been allowed. 2-1 Manchester. 2-1 to Bayern Munich. Plenty of time left to get the second goal. Come on. Oh. Eriksen, what are you doing? Terrible. Eriksen is rubbish. They're going to score now. Awful play by Eriksen. Nearly scored. Get Eriksen off. Bring on Hannibal Mejbri. Eriksen legs have gone. You can't play in these games of these magnitude. You can't. If you're playing in the League Cup against some, you know, championship side at home, maybe you play Eriksen, but in a game of this size, I don't think Eriksen's got it anymore for me. Obviously, creatively, he's unbelievable, but when you need someone to defend, someone physical, he's never been that player, even when he was younger. What the hell was that? I think Eriksen's about to give away a penalty as well here. No, he's offside. Oh, is it going to be a penalty? Oh, it's a penalty, isn't it? Just as I was saying how crap Eriksen is and we need to replace him, he bloody gives away a penalty. So it's obviously going to be a penalty, isn't it? Penalty. Oh, Eriksen. I literally was just slagging him off saying how crap he was, and then he gives away a penalty. Harry Kane to take the penalty. Kane's obviously going to score this, isn't it? You're probably ahead of me. I do apologise if you're ahead. Nothing I can do about that. Obviously, I would like to be in the same place as everyone else, but it is what it is, isn't it? I've come off the chat for a second because otherwise I'm obviously going to have the game spoil. Harry Kane penalty. Onana, this is your redemption. Can he save it? No, of course he can't. 3-1. Game over. Oh. God's sake. I think Eriksen is rubbish. I'll be completely honest. I would rather give Hannibal Mejbri a go. I would rather give Kobe Mainoo a go when he's back from injury. Eriksen's past his best. You can see, like, I'm going to be honest, you can see why he was playing at Brentford. All respect to Brentford, but there was nobody else, and there was no other top clubs who were trying to sign him other than us and Brentford. The only two clubs who wanted him was us and Brentford. He was decent last year before he got that injury. After that, ever since he's had that injury, that was it Andy Carroll in the League Cup? Ever since he's had that injury, he's been terrible. So for me, Eriksen definitely past his best. Legs have gone. I don't think he creates enough to warrant him being on the pitch. Does that make sense? It's not like he gets a goal and an assist every single game. It isn't very good defensively. Then maybe you could excuse it, but you know, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? If he scored a goal every single game, but was a bit slow, he gave the ball away a bit, you maybe would say, okay, well, he offers more to the team than but he doesn't, does he? He doesn't really offer anything anymore, I don't think. So, Mila says Ten Hag will make subs in the 92nd minute when the game is over. Probably, yeah. Another thrashing by the looks of it, which is good. Should be 4-1. They just hit the post. Come on. Rashford, what are you doing? Oh, terrible. It's just an ongoing feeling of that, isn't it? Being a Manchester United fan at the moment. I almost don't need to do a match reaction. I'll just sigh and then end the video. I think everyone would be feeling the same, wouldn't they? Uh, Oh, I don't even know what to say anymore. Ooh. I'm scared about Copenhagen and Galatasaray now. They'll probably both beat us as well, won't they? If we play the way we do today, and we have bad luck against us, which we seem to, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose to Copenhagen and we lose to Galatasaray. At least away from home. Maybe we'll beat them at home, but I don't know how many points it is you need to get. Yeah, I don't know how many points it is you need to get really to qualify for the Champions League group stage. The next round, is it maybe like probably 11 or 12 points? I would say is probably about the amount to finish second. Is my guess. I'm not sure. So I would say we need to win all of our home games and at least win one of the away games. Are we going to do that? Are we going to beat Bayern at home? I'm not sure. Are we going to beat Galatasaray at home? I would hope so. Copenhagen at home? I'd hope so. Who would you say are the favourites to win the Champions League then? I guess it would be Bayern, wouldn't it? Bayern, Man City, probably, maybe Real Madrid, those three. Probably Man City, Real Madrid, and then Bayern. PSG in there somewhere as well. Manchester United are probably favourites to drop down to the Europa, aren't we? The thing is, even if we went into the Europa, we probably won't win that either, will we? Go on, Rashford. Oh. Jesus. Region just he tried to have a shot from inside the box and he hit the corner flag. Well, not even the corner flag. Went out for a throw-in. Instead of the United fans cheering, which is nice, I guess, isn't it? Can Manchester United get a result here still? Maybe. I don't think so. Anything's possible though in football, isn't it? One goal and the game could change quite quickly. If we get one in the next couple of minutes, yeah, maybe. Oh. I mean, coming off the back of this, what's that? Loss against Arsenal, loss against Brighton, loss against Bayern. That'd be 3 losses in a row. The thing which upsets me, I think, the most about this is I wouldn't even say that Bayern have been that good. Imagine if Bayern were really up for it. This could be 6 or 7-1, easy, if Bayern were actually up for it. See what people are saying in the chat. Harry Kane. Good save there by Onana. Josh says, do you think we'll lose to Luton? I wouldn't be surprised, mate. I mean, when are we going to see some subs? Kingsley Coman's just come on. About 30 minutes left of the game. About 25 minutes left. Leroy Sané nearly scores there. Another Bayern Munich corner here. Good goalkeeping there from Onana on the corner. That's something we didn't used to see from David De Gea, to be fair. He would never command his box and win stuff from corners, would he? Remember that goal? Who was it against where David De Gea fell over? And then I think it was against Arsenal, wasn't it? And then they scored, and then everyone was like, "Oh, it should be a free kick," and then they didn't give it, and it was just really embarrassing for David De Gea. I think it was against Arsenal. I see what people are saying in the chat. Max says, I just arrived after work. How has the game been so far? First 20 minutes, we look really good. Rest of the match, we just look the same. After 20 minutes, our play seems to change. We seem to go from being dominant, looking like a team who can actually win the game, looking like a team who could play against anybody in world football. After 20 minutes, we just turn rubbish. It's the same as every week. Highlights, Reguilon's been all right. Obviously, Rasmus Hojlund got his goal. Other than that, I wouldn't really say anybody's played particularly well, to be honest. I'd say they've all been distinctly average, if that. We need to see some substitutions, definitely. I would get Garnacho on. I would just go all out attacking. I mean, what's there to lose? You know, you're already losing. We need to at least get a point here. Sharif says Ten Hag should just learn to trust the youngsters. Tibble says, where are the substitutions? Yeah, I agree. I don't know what he's expecting to happen. I would get Hannibal on for Eriksen. Eriksen's been awful. I would get Garnacho on. Awful defending there. Yeah, I would give Garnacho some game time. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? Richie says, I'm finally questioning Erik Ten Hag, signing the Cameroon clown and tactically clueless when we go down. Fair enough. Just going to get my glass of water. Back in a sec. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a bit of edamame bean stuck in my throat. Not the nicest thing to have stuck in your throat, I'll tell you that. Oh, it looks like McTominay's coming on. How exciting. I mean, McTominay's the leading goal scorer for in the Euro qualifiers, isn't he? I don't know what the hell that is that I just ate them. Quite nice. Lumen says Erik Ten Hag out, Kieran in. I mean, I probably wouldn't do it anywhere near as good as job at Erik Ten Hag, but I'd just stick McTominay up front at this point. Yeah, I don't know. Who's McTominay going to come on for? It's got to be Eriksen. Yeah, Eriksen's coming off. That's the correct decision. Eriksen's been awful. Terrible. Another game where Eriksen's been terrible. I don't know why Hannibal's not getting any game time. Oh. Come on, let's get a goal. Hojlund, come on. Oh. Casemiro's been terrible tonight as well. I mean, the only persons who I can really say have been all right, Rasmus Hojlund seems to have been working quite hard and got his goal. I still don't, he's not been like amazing, but he's got his goal. Region, I think, played really well in the first half and tried well. Tried hard. The rest of them, I would say they've all been rubbish. Stefan says, why is everyone getting on Erik Ten Hag so much? Because it's think about it, right? Erik Ten Hag is the easiest person to blame because he is the manager. He's the face of Manchester United. You know, if you try and call out the fact that we don't have a CEO, we don't have a proper director of football, people will be like, oh, you spent 200 million in the summer. We spent 200 million badly in the summer, and that kind of proves the point of why we need those people in those positions. Shawnee says the whole team has been terrible. Yeah, to be fair, they've all been terrible, yeah. Me saying Region's been good, I mean that he's tried. That's all I really mean. He hasn't been good. He's just shown a little bit more than everyone else. Oh, great. At least the thing is, right, at least, they can ruin our Saturday every weekend, and now they can ruin a day in the week every week as well. So I don't know what happens if we lose to Burnley on Saturday. If we lose, I wouldn't be surprised. I said it before this game. I said I wouldn't be surprised if we lose to Burnley. I honestly would not be surprised in the slightest if Vincent Kompany's Burnley beat us on Saturday. So after Burnley, we've got Crystal Palace in the League Cup, and then we've got Crystal Palace at home, and then we have Galatasaray at home. So we've got 3 home games after the Burnley match. This will be our 3rd loss in a row. Lost to Arsenal, lost to Brighton, and then lost to Bayern Munich. Oh, is this going to be another goal here? No. Ever since they got their 3rd goal, it's just been easy for Bayern, hasn't it? I don't think we've had a single shot, have we? I mean, if you think in the last 3 games, right, we've conceded 9 goals and scored 3. I mean, that's terrible, isn't it? They've only scored 1 goal a match and be conceding 3 goals on average per game. We've just got to hope, right, that Amrabat, Mason Mount, Varane, Mainu, we just got to hope that all of these players are back on Saturday and that Erik Ten Hag just changes up the team massively, because I think that's what needs to happen. I think we need a big switch up in this team. Obviously, Varane coming back in at defence should solidify things a little bit. I think Amrabat coming in for Eriksen, that will massively improve us. Obviously, Mason Mount coming in on that right wing, I think that would improve us as well. And then Kobe Mainu being available as someone to replace Amrabat or Casemiro at that kind of 60, 70 minute mark in a match. So, yeah. We've got to remember, right, we are missing like 11 first team players. Oh my God. Who was that? Bruno Fernandes, terrible. Luke says Varane will be back for 2 games and then be injured again. Yeah, you're probably right, mate. May as well just end the match now, really. We literally haven't had the ball, I don't think, for about 10 minutes. Fred says Arsenal are winning 4-0. That's good. Good for Arsenal. Kingsley Coman. Kingsley Coman would get in our team, wouldn't he? McTominay, what you got, mate? Come on. Oh, gosh. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Matthew says, conceding 13 goals in 5 games cannot be good for a new goalkeeper's confidence. Mate, we've conceded 9 goals in 3 games. That's even worse. 3 goals on average per game in our last 3 matches. That's terrible. Absolutely awful. And to only score 3 goals as well. Somebody says, at this point, I don't even know what to think of Manchester United anymore. Josh says, can we address something? We brought in a highly rated doctor from Arsenal and they have had 2 injuries and we have had 11. The thing you have to remember though, Josh, is the doctor only started last Monday, so he's only been here a week. So it's unfair to blame the 11 injuries on him because he's only started working for Manchester United in the last week. So, yeah. Stefan says, how's your dog doing? What breed is it? My dog is doing good. I've got 2 dogs, both the same breed. They're Staffordshire Bull Terriers. And they're both downstairs asleep. I should have brought one of them up here. It would have been more entertaining for me. It probably would have been more entertaining for you as well. But yeah, they're both downstairs sleeping. I've got 2 of them. One's the other one's uncle. One's 3 and one's 2 years old. The older one is the younger one's uncle. Why is Kim Min Jae just referred to as Kim? Has anybody else noticed that on the commentary? Richard says Burnley game looks like a crucial one now. Yeah, I mean, if we lose to Burnley, I'm still not going to be Eric Ten Hag out because I think it's pointless. I don't think it's going to get us anywhere. I think it's I think it just covers up the cracks that are happening underneath Manchester United. But I would imagine that there'll be a lot of pressure on him if we lose to Burnley. Obviously, losing 3-1 to Arsenal, not great. Losing 3-1 to Brighton at home, not great. 3-1 to Bayern, maybe is excusable, but still not great. If we lose to Burnley, I mean, where are Burnley in the table? I don't think they've won I don't think they've even got a point yet this season, have they, Burnley? As far as I'm aware. Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure Burnley have 0 points. Yeah, Burnley, and they've got 1 point. Burnley is second bottom with 1 point. -8 goals, goal difference. There'll be definitely people, calling for Eric Ten Hag to be sacked if we lose to Burnley. Definitely. Not me, though. I've said my stance on it. I don't think it's going to get us anywhere. Somebody says, please don't subject your dogs to tonight's misery. Stefan says, Staffies, lovely breeds. They're giddy as hell, though. Yeah, they're absolute nutters. They're the most loving dogs I think I've ever encountered in my whole life. Literally, my 2 dogs. Not specifically them, but their breed. They love humans so much. It's crazy. Historically, they're known as the nanny dog. So for anybody who doesn't know, over the years, there used to be a dog that they're the only dog, right? This is crazy, a crazy stat or a crazy fact, whatever you want to call it. Staffordshire Bull Terriers are one of, I think, only 2 dogs that are recommended to have with children because they're so loving towards. Oh, nearly scored there, nearly 4-1. Good save from Onana. Fair play to him. But yeah, if my dog was on me now, it would literally be sat here with its paws like over my shoulder, with its face just here, just trying to like kiss me constantly. Which is nice sometimes, but also not nice all the time. Shawnee says it's going to be a long day at work. Yeah. Somebody says, what do you make of fox terriers? What the hell's a fox terrier? I've never heard of that. Oh, yeah, I like him. He looks nice. I've not heard of him, but yeah, Fox Terrier looks quite nice. Ballon Dawson says, don't worry, Manchester United can still achieve its objective of qualifying for the Conference League. Richard says, De Zerbi is the obvious one. Maybe. Who knows? I said it on a video the other day, though, right? If they were to sack Erik Ten Hag, they've got to pay him all of his salary, which is $9 million a season. They'd have to pay Brighton probably a massive amount of money to get De Zerbi off them. It would probably cost Manchester United somewhere around 40 to 50 million to sack Erik Ten Hag and bring in a new manager. Are they going to do that? I don't think so. Matthew says, playing away at Burnley feels like that away trip to Southampton when we first won the Premier League and Dublin scored on a rainy Monday night. That was after 3 straight defeats. Still a lot of football ahead. Yeah, I think in a normal season, you know, after 3 matches, 5 matches, whatever, we could still, you know, come back and maybe even win the league. But how it's like now, Man City aren't going to lose 3 games this season. I'd be very surprised. Arsenal probably won't lose 3 games this season. We've already lost 3 games. You know, the league's gone. That's how competitive the Premier League is. Oh, come on. McTominay? No, crap. Awful. McTominay is awful. Heisenberg says, Amrabat, why are you on my stream? Go and play, man. Wow. I should get Amrabat on the stream, really, shouldn't I? He's obviously not going to do it, but... Oh, Bruno, what are you doing? So we've got Garnacho and Anthony Martial for the last 10 minutes of the game. Too little too late, though, for me. Is there enough time to make a difference? I guess there is. If we get a goal in the last couple of minutes, then, you know, anything can happen. Well, at least Hojlund got his goal. Martial coming on. Garnacho coming on. Pellistri coming off. Rashford still on the pitch, of course. What a surprise. Somebody says there's no point sacking Erik Ten Hag. United's problems run deeper. I 100% agree with you. I do. I just think it's gone past the point of sacking managers. Mark says, I can't wait till the morning. Zerbi out, Tuchel in. Next Monday after we get shafted by Burnley. Tuchel out, company in. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Jay Shockley says the foot speed of our midfield is severely shocking. Yeah. The fact that we still have McTominay in our team is just an absolute disgrace, isn't it? He's rubbish. Richie says, I've had staffies, fantastic dogs. I lost Muttley a few weeks ago. At almost 17, I was devastated. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I really am. 17 years, though. That's crazy. I know they are one of those dogs that just seem to live a very long time. 17 years is a very, very long time for a dog. But yeah, still obviously very sorry to hear that. Yeah, mine are 2 and 3. So yeah. I think Stefan says, do you think we can beat Chelsea? I think it would be a good game, Manchester United versus Chelsea at the moment. I'd say we're both kind of level. Would we beat them? I don't know. It'd probably be a draw, I reckon. Oh. Could have been 4. Good save by Onana there. Fair play to him. Reg says Rashford is just jogging. I mean, are you really surprised, mate? I'm not. Sharif says, what has Rashford done to be on Erik Ten Hag's list? I'm telling you, Marcus Rashford will not be substituted. I don't know why. Is it something in his contract? Maybe. Well, Rashford played across then, to be fair to him. Heisenberg says even Burnley will beat Manchester United. I wouldn't be surprised, mate. I wouldn't. Richard says, what's happened to Casemiro this season? He's offering so little. Yeah, Casemiro's been awful. It's been 6 games now, you know, so it's not like it was a one-off. He's been terrible in every single match. Stefan says, losing a dog is terrifying. People don't seem to understand how hard it is. I lost my Brit/Beagle mix 2 years ago and I'm still grieving. Yeah, these are my first 2 dogs that I've ever had, so I've never had that experience, but I can't even begin to imagine the feeling. Well, I can actually. One of my dogs did nearly die quite recently, so I can. Well, I don't know why I'm laughing, but yeah, I can imagine the feeling. It was very touch and go, but luckily she was all right. So yeah, she's only 2 years old as well. This dog, and she nearly died. She was in like intensive care. She had to have like emergency surgery, and she's still, to be honest, even now she's still not 100%. She's in a pretty bad way, and she's going to have to live with what was wrong with her for the rest of her life. So yeah, and I was absolutely devastated about it. I was. So yeah, obviously I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, mate. Romano says every team in the Premier League will beat us. To be honest, I'm a bit more glad that the chat this evening is like everyone's just gone past the point of caring now. Like no one's saying Erik Ten Hag out. Everyone's just like, we're going to lose to Luton. We probably will. We're going to lose to Burnley on Saturday. We probably will. Not really much else to say anymore, is there? Somebody says Luton Town's first win will be against Manchester United. Probably. RJ says losing a pet is the worst feeling. Yeah. Adiku says we needed to keep Fred because he gave United team more than many have. Yeah. Fred has been better. Fred would be better than Casemiro so far this season. Fred's better than McTominay. Fred's better than Eriksen. Yeah. Thomas Muller's coming on. Thomas Muller. I just want to see Manchester United play some good football and win some matches, you know. I don't ask for much. Like, Fred says, do you think we deserve performances like this? I mean, we deserve whatever the effort the players put in, and we go 1-0 down and they don't show any desire, any motivation. They seem like they don't care. Stefan says, what would happen if we lost 4-0 to Burnley? I don't know. I think it's kind of gone past that point now, because the thing you have to remember is, right, if there is any chance of any takeover whatsoever, which is a possibility, maybe it isn't going to happen, maybe it is going to happen, then I think the decision is a little bit bigger than the Glazers, because say Ineos are set to take over Manchester United, say Sheikh Jassim is set to take over Manchester United, right? Say these conversations are more advanced than what we think. Maybe they would have some sort of say in it. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know how it will work in this type of situation. Sharif says Ten Hag is in desperate mode now, just like Oli, Mourinho, Louis, Van Gaal and Moyes were. I would agree, to be honest. I think that when you look at our form so far this season, it's really bad. We should have lost against Wolves. Nottingham Forest, we could have lost that game. We're 2-0. Martial, great bit of play there. Oh, Casemiro scored 3-2. There you go. We'll take that. 3-2. Casemiro's just scored. Good goal. I'll have that. I'll take that. 3-2 Manchester. I nearly said 3-2 Manchester United. 3-2. We'll have that. Good bit of play. I'd go all out attack now. If we could get a draw here, a draw I would have taken at the beginning. I would have been happy with. Casemiro goal. Literally came out of nowhere. He's kind of like crawling around on the floor and manages to get his foot on it and slide it in. 3-2 Manchester. I keep saying 3-2 Manchester United. 3-2 Bayern Munich. Let's just hope we get one more goal. I'd go all out attacking now. Hopefully that's what Ten Hag says to them. How much injury time is there going to be? I can't imagine there being much, to be honest. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Two or 3 minutes tops, I reckon. Come on, so let's show some desire here. Region, come on. Garnacho. Martial. It's a foul. Martial's been decent since he came on. Let's be fair here. Martial's been good. How much added time? Four minutes of added time. Got a free kick here in a really good position. Come on, let's just give us a bit of joy. No. Good defending there. Come on, attack. Fast. Terrible from Bruno. Awful. Awful pass. Hits the post. Second time they've hit the post. 4-2. 4-2 Bayern. Game over. Uh, 4-2. It was nice. It was nice whilst it lasted for the whole 25 seconds or whatever, where there was a tiny bit of hope that we might get something from this match. I think my computer's going to blow up. If it's lagging, I do apologise. My computer sounds like it's going to explode. What's that then? 10 goals we've conceded in 3 matches. Sorry if the stream's just crashed. My computer's just literally about to blow up, I think. My computer's literally just crashed. We got one. Bruno. Is it going to be allowed though? 4-3. Game over. All right, I'll see you guys on the match reaction in about 30 seconds. See you in a bit.